guys, it's Hayley here. I'm here to share another page with you. This one I've done for a challenge on the Chic Tags blog, and their challenge was called 4 C's, 3 S's. Yeah, they could have made that a wee bit easier, honestly. The 4 C's were to be, one was supposed to be cardstock, and the other 3 were to be Chic Tags products, and the 3 S's were optional, so I think their example was sewing. So originally I was going to go with sewing, using the silhouette and stamping, and in the end I don't do the stamping. Okay, so here I started with just plain white cardstock, and I've cut out Monday to Sunday in these discs. I've cut them out in the silhouette and I've just popped them down the page. Now I'm looking in, I've got a packet of the Chic Tags journaling cards. They're more title cards because there's nowhere to journal on them. And I've picked this absolutely amazing one. And they're all gold, they're lovely. And the other products I use of theirs are little gold stickers and wooden veneer number. Okay, I had some things in mind for this layout, so that's why they're all kind of, handy. So in the end I switched out the stamping because I didn't really want to add any more colour. I liked the fact that there wasn't a heap of colour, so I switched that out for sequins. So there's the wee number I was referring to before. They're a really good size, those ones. I've been using for another project those really large Studio Calico ones. They're fine, but they're really a bit big for me. So that size is much more preferable. You'll find that I muck about with the placement of these circles an awful lot, and the main reason for that is the orientation of the photos. So I've got 4 that are portrait and 1 there that's landscape, and the landscape one is the problem. The reason I really need to include it is because it's the only one with my husband in it. I do switch it out for a different one, but it's still landscape. The one I switch it out for actually has a lot less going on in it. This one's got all my children piled on his lap, whereas I say my children, our children. Whereas the other one, it's just him with one of my children, and it's just a wee bit closer and is kind of closer to the other style of the photos. Anyway, the reason I muck about is because really I would like to have 5 portrait ones, but I don't print at home. It was interesting watching those tag videos that were going around. How many people print at home? I don't know anyone that prints at home. I guess it's not really very cost effective, and like for me anyway, and getting them printed out of home and getting them delivered is really very reasonable. So yeah, I just hadn't really occurred to me to do that. Here I've cut a bit out because my sewing machine isn't behaving, and you didn't need to witness that. It's awful. It's being naughty. My typewriter's being naughty. So I really need to sort those things out. But so I've got a bit of tissue paper I use that tissue paper all the time from Typo, and I just held it down with washi tape, and then I did my sewing, and then I put a piece of washi over the negative space in the disc. So the bit of the disc where the letters are cut out, I put the washi there, and then I use the sewing machine above and below the letters, if that makes sense. I didn't do it on every one because I am going to pop those other ones up on foam adhesive. And I really like the texture the sewing adds, and I use white thread, so I do like the whole white on white So here I'm just, so I have put in the other photo now, and it's slightly better. But yes, I just make do, because I don't print. I don't just go and print another picture. I just make do. All these pictures actually are left over from Project Life, and I'm quite used to working that way, and I'm good with it. So I've just they're on baking paper, but I've just kind of put down those 3 gold stickers just to get a bit of an idea. Now they actually say, I don't think you can probably see, our story starts here. One says amazing day and the other one says lucky us. They're really nice. So I apologise for all this fussing about here. I actually watched a video that Kate Kennedy put up on YouTube. I think, might have been last week now. What's her YouTube name? Crafting Kate. And it was really good because she had this layout where a product wasn't what she was anticipating. It was missed, and it really changed the course of her layout and really frustrated her. And it was really, really refreshing because this page is like that for me. I actually do like the end result, but I don't normally muck about like this, and to watch it back is painful. But you don't always have those layouts that just fall together. Luckily you have some, or else you might give up. But I thought her still showing the layout was really honest, because it is harder when you have to watch it the second time. Oh, and here this little transparency, I've been saving that. It's from Studio Calico. I've been saving that, and it says home underneath the house, and I used my ATG and it totally lifted the image off. I was so disappointed. I'm still using it, but I should have, I wasn't anticipating. If I knew, I would have used my tiny attacher or something, but I guess that's how it's printed from behind. But anyway, that little house is from Freckled Fawn, and the heart is either from Maggie Holmes or the Love Notes, the acetates anyway. I'm not sure which one. Some of the items are really similar. So when I've got something like that is completely see-through, I put glue on the whole thing, and then ATG glue, dry glue, and then I just put quite a bit of pressure on it on the page, and so it's just even, rather than having a mark where the glue is and then there's another area where the glue isn't. I just do it like that, and I don't mind that it maybe is a shade darker than it actually is because of the glue, because it still looks even. So that's my theory anyway. Yeah, and that wee number, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually got tiny wee circles on it. They're really very cute. Quite into numbers at the moment. I'm not sure what that's about. I think in the last 3 or 4 layouts, probably not in the order that will come up on my YouTube, but in the last 3 or 4 layouts I've used numbers, which is good because I'm using them up, but yeah, it's just a little kick I'm on. Right, so here I'm kind of indicating where I plan on journaling. And because my typewriter is, since one of my children had a turn, it's not behaving, so I didn't want to, you didn't need to watch me type anyway. I didn't want to do that. It's not in the same room anyway, so it's not very practical. Okay, so I'll just read to you what the journaling says. I thought this time I would do it from the perspective of my children, because most things are from my perspective, so I thought I'd let them do the journaling. So I asked them about our family. And Olivia said, the best part of being in our family is being together. When we go out somewhere, I just love being together. And then she said, Sophia is my best medium sister. And Gabby is my best little sister. And you're my best mum and Dad is the best dad. And then Sophia wrote, I always have someone to play with. Going out together is fun. We have a great family. So that's kind of cute. I do some questionnaires with them throughout the year and ask them questions, and they're hilarious. The things they come up with, I could never imagine. And some of it, out of context, you're like, oh my gosh, what are they talking about? Then you'll ask a couple of questions and they'll clarify, and it's all very innocent, but oh my gosh, it's so funny. Really, really funny. And so that will be, I do try and include that quite often, and it'll be quite funny for them to look back on anyway. Okay, so I'm just adding the last bits. The reason I like the type journaling, well, this cardstock's textured anyway, so sometimes I use such a fine pen that it doesn't look great because of the texture if I journaled by hand. But I like how it doesn't change the weight to the page, like it's still relatively white, and that's what I was going for. And so I think that's the end. All I did that you've missed out on here is I added some white sequins in amongst, you can see here in the stills, and that was it really. Thanks for watching and thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great day.